How you doing today?
I'm doing great for the most part.
How's your day going so far?
It's kind of quiet, and there's some things I wanted to get done today, but I couldn't. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to keep going for the next couple hours and stuff like that.
How you started your morning?
This morning, well, I slept last night. I slept on the sidewalks last night on Somerset, and waiting for somebody to come through and give me something they owed me, which never happened. And my morning started out where I was not feeling real well, and unfortunately somebody helped me out. So all in all, it's been an up and down that kind of day.
Gotcha. This train go by the Damon train. The day is still young, so hopefully as time goes by, your day will get better. What's your name, dear?
My name is Aldie, Aldie.
Oh, all right. Nice to meet you. How old are you?
I just turned 48 2 weeks ago.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Thanks.
That's what's up. How you celebrated your birthday?
I really didn't. I didn't celebrate. I was I guess I don't know. I didn't really celebrate my birthday, to be honest with you. It was just kind of like surviving, like a day. That's
Did,
pretty much how.
did anyone wish you a happy birthday?
Yeah, like two or three people down here did. Yeah, it
How
was.
you how you felt on your birthday?
Um, you know what? Honestly, I've kind of like every birthday kind of goes by, and I don't. I try just to keep humble and just keep a low profile because I don't like attention.
I hear you. Before you came on this path, how would you have celebrated your birthday?
um, I would go out to dinner with my friends. I have a son, and my son's father. Would go out and have a nice dinner. I mean, we were. I had a really good life. I can't complain.
That's great. Let's talk about where are you from originally?
I'm here from Philadelphia, Chestnut Hill, Philadelphia. I grew up with right on the Wissahickon. With my mom had horses there.
That's nice.
Hmm.
How long have you been in Kensington?
I've been in Kensington on and off for let's see, uh, I'd say about 30 years now.
And what brought you down here?
Well, like I said, originally I'm from Philadelphia, and I never really did anything. But I had a great childhood when I lived down here. That's I got to put that out there because my childhood was absolutely the best childhood a girl could ever want. And my parents decided to start divorce when I was 12, and my mom moved me and my sister to a rural part of the state called Perkiomenville, and that's in the middle of nowhere. And what brought me to Kensington was the fact that moving up to the countryish area, the kids were very brutal to me and picked on me so badly, and I couldn't fit in. And so when I was 16, I came down here with a boyfriend who was talking about all this stuff that you could get down in Philadelphia, and one thing led to another, and I was shooting heroin by the age of 16, and I haven't really pretty much left Kensington since, except little few. Like I had 6 years of sobriety when I had my son, and I've had good patches, but I've also had some pretty rough patches, and so that's how I'm here. My dad passed away in '96 of alcoholism. Um, and he had been remarried to my stepmom, who had also passed away. And that was a great couple. They were a happy couple. My mom never remarried.
So your mom's still alive?
Very much so.
Okay. How did that make you feel, the divorce? How did it make you feel?
I was relieved because my mom and dad were both alcoholics, and they were very physically abusive to one another, which I didn't understand what that was growing up. It's all I knew, so I didn't think it was that bad. But it was very upsetting seeing them, physically abuse each other. So I was happy when they got divorced. Yeah.
How far you went in school?
I actually I got my GED when I was 17, and then I ended up going to college and for as a construction structural engineer, and I completed and got my associate's degree, and had a great career for a little while.
What all jobs have you worked?
I've done estimating for, believe it or not, the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium and the Citizens Phillies Stadium. I was able to had a hand in that, which I'm proud of. And then I did some projects like they call them box malls, like Target and Bed Bath and Beyond and stuff like that, are in these malls, and I had my hands in that, which was exciting, and I loved it. It was great.
That's great to hear. You got some great experiences in life. It's not all about the drugs.
No.
So let's talk about your current situation. What is it?
My life has taken a 180 from good to not so good, but not that bad. Anyway, I was married for 13 years, and my husband passed away 3 years ago due to COVID vaccination. And then that was really the hardest thing I've ever had to experience. So after he passed away, I started using opiates again, and I just went straight to it. I didn't even dabble a little here and there. I just went right to it, and I was in very bad mental shape, psychosis. I mean, I don't remember a lot of stuff, and people tell me what I was doing, and I don't remember it. It was just kind of scary. But long story short, I didn't take good care of myself, and as a result, I developed this. Apparently, okay. So there's a bacteria it's called necrotizing fasciitis, and I hope I'm getting it right because it's important, and it's it's an antibiotic resistant bacteria that if it gets into your bloodstream, you can die, and the only way they can get rid of it is by amputation. And that is sorry.
Take your time.
Yeah. So one day I woke up and I couldn't put pressure on my foot, and I couldn't walk, and then I didn't really care about that. I didn't care about myself at that point, so I just laid on the floor, and hours went by, and I knew something was wrong because I looked at my toes and they were turning black, and I didn't care, and my fever was getting high to the point where I was hallucinating, and I dialed my mom by accident, and she and I weren't really talking at the time, but apparently I called her, I don't remember, and she came over immediately after not seeing me for a couple of years, and she opened the door, and I was unconscious in my apartment. And so she called 911, and they took me to the hospital, and the hospital woke me up at one point. I don't know how they did, but I remember signing something for a blood transfusion, and they said if you don't accept an amputation, then you're going to die, and that's your choice. And I said, oh, I want to, go ahead, do what you have to do. So I woke up 2 days later, and I had my leg amputated above my knee, and that was that. And I was actually okay with it. I wasn't upset, and that sounds really strange, but I just took it as another challenge in life. And I'm kind of tired of the challenges because I can handle them pretty well, but I'm really tired. But yeah, and so that's my life, and I haven't been able to stop getting high because I have here and there, but I'm having, I just have a lot of like issues going on and unresolved. And I just recently got evicted from the apartment that I was in, which was actually a blessing because it was not good environment. And I've been homeless down here in Kensington for 2 months now, and I sleep on the streets at night if I don't have a place to stay. And I eat when I can and whenever there's food. And I'm not a bad person, and there's a lot of great people down here. Not everybody is what people put that stigma as. Like, there's drug addicts are just like she could be your neighbor, it could be your daughter, your mother. These people down here are the most caring people I've ever been around, and I think that's why I find comfort down here, because it's everybody. We can all relate to one another, and it's like a community in itself. But nobody would. There's good and bad in every area, but there's a lot of love and support in the community of addiction. Like, none of us want to hurt people. None of us want to do what does damage to others. Nobody is trying to hurt anybody. They're just trying to get through life. And
Facts.
it's just the way it comes.
Yeah, you definitely are right about that. People just get stuck in the trap, and some people get out and some people don't. That's how it is. So how you take care of your hygiene every day?
It's I do by going to like there's two people who have places, and they've offered me, and I can go there and get a shower. Then sometimes I'll go to I was going to 69th Street, but they don't open their bathrooms anymore. But
Yeah.
then there's a place down here called New Day, and it's a women's center. And so in the daytime, women can go there like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Bring the mic closer, love.
Oh, it's New Day. It's called New Day, and it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And they let you come in there and take a shower, it's just a matter of keeping your stuff with you and not letting it get stolen, because that's probably the biggest challenge down here. Is, like I can't tell you how many I can't have anything, because every time I go to sleep, somebody steals it. So that's a challenge, and I'm trying to get into a shelter, and it's not that easy.
Right. I hear that. That's the front line story in Kensington. I got robbed. You hear that a lot out here. Let's talk about, hustles, how you make money to survive every day.
Well, that's hard because I get money every month for disability, and I've been on disability for 8 years, not just because of my leg, but just because of other issues. But that money goes like within a week, and other than that, I'm at a loss. I don't know. Like today, I don't know how I'm going to come up with $5. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how. What? I don't know. It's like I don't like to steal, and like people like to go boosting, what they call, and I just can't do that, because it's not who I am. It's just weird, and I am guilty of looking into doing dates, and that's what my next step is going to be. And I hate saying it, but the other thing I was thinking about doing was going into a detox, like into a hospital, like today or tomorrow. Like, I don't know how that works, but I have to find out.
Yeah. Well, I wish you all the best, and that something will work out for you. That way you don't have to do dates, because that's very dangerous, and guys take advantage of the women that do that. I've heard so many bad stories. How was your first drug experience?
It was great. It was fun. It was with my stepmom.
What you mean, your stepmom?
My dad had remarried, and I think I was like 10 or 10 or 11. No, they got divorced. So I was just turned 12, and my dad had remarried. Seems like I don't know, something. I'm missing on ages, but my stepmom had a paper bowl, a paper towel, a toilet paper roll, and in it was tinfoil, and in the tinfoil was marijuana. And I asked her what it was, and she's like, "Oh, it's weed. Let's smoke together." And so I got to smoke weed with my stepmom, and it was fun at that time.
Yeah. Okay. Now, currently, what all drugs are you struggling out here with? Or do you use?
Oh yeah, I use fentanyl slash trank, and I don't like it. I hate it. It's a disease. It's a drug that you just can't just stop. You have to do it every couple of hours, or you get sick as a dog, and I mean sick. Like I have part of my tongue missing because I had a seizure. It is not a good withdrawal at all. It's scary, and I also struggle with methamphetamine. If you want to call it a struggle. I mean, I can take it or leave it, but it's just one of the drugs that just goes on hand in hand with the other. And other than that, those are the only two I mess with.
Okay, do you snort, smoke, or shoot it? The fatty.
Um, I snort it sometimes, but most of the time I shoot it in my neck. And meth, I smoke that or shoot it in my neck.
How many times have you overdosed since you've been doing that?
This month, in general, I can honestly say probably about 18 times I've been to the hospital for overdose. It's a hit or miss with the drug. You know, you either get high and pass out, or you don't get. It's just you can't do anything in between. It's just a nasty drug.
Are you afraid of dying?
No,
Why not?
I would have been dead by now. I really believe I would have been dead by now if I was meant to die. And I don't know, maybe it's narcissistic or I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But no, I know I'm not. I'm not afraid to die. That's just probably one of the biggest problems I have. I'm not afraid.
What is it like having a drug addiction from your perspective?
It's a full-time job. I never realized what a drug addiction was until I was in it. I remember seeing my parents growing up just being so abusive with alcohol, and I just thought that's what everybody's home did. And then I was taken out of my home several times as a child because of the abuse, not to me, but to to each other, to my parents, each other. And I would go to these homes, these foster homes, or group homes, whatever you want to call them, and these people didn't drink, and I didn't understand, like, how come they were so happy? Like, what is wrong with these people? They're happy, and the kids that were there with me, they didn't act out like I was acting out, and it made me feel like, wow, something's really wrong with my family. And then when I started using and started drug addiction, I realized that this is going to be with me the rest of my life, and it's going to be a full-time job, and I have to learn how to manage it, or I'm going to end up in prison, which jails or institutions, and I've ended up in all of them. The only thing I haven't done is die. So I know that I take it very seriously, and it's very scary being in a drug addiction.
Where you think you'll be in life if you didn't get trapped down here?
Like right now?
Where you think you'll be in life in general if all this will never happen to you?
Oh, God, that's a good question. If this never happened to me, I couldn't even tell you. I never, ever, ever thought about that in my wildest dreams. What would I be like right now? This is going to sound off, but I think I'd probably be pretty miserable if I was living like a normal life, doing 9 to 5 work, or married with kids and all that stuff. I think I'm addicted to chaos in a way.
Yeah.
I like interesting things. I can't handle boring.
I hear you. Some of us like the wild side, like the thrill,
Right.
like to be on the edge. I hear that.
Yeah.
What's your rock bottom?
Right now, pretty much, yeah. I never thought I'd be this.
Right.
I never thought I'd be right where I'm at right now.
What all have you lost due to your addiction?
Everything. I've lost everything. My family, my best friend after 15 years. I've lost everything materialistic, which I don't really care about that so much. But when I say I've lost everything, the only thing I have right now is my prosthetic leg and the clothes on my back, and that is absolutely it.
What made you happy Well, what are some things that made you happy before you came down this road? Stuff that your passion, stuff you used to love to do.
Um, I absolutely love being around horses and being around animals because they're so unconditional, and I've always loved them, and they make me feel so much peace and happiness, and that, and plus I like riding the horses. I like going to the Wissahick, and I like nature. That's what makes me. That actually makes me really happy to be in nature.
Right, peaceful, right?
But I also love the city, which is really kind of an oxymoron. But I like being in the park in the city.
Yeah, you gotta have your quiet time for you to reflect on life, and also the other side where you get to explore even more.
Okay.
When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see?
A very broken person. Very broken.
If you had 3 wishes, what would your 3 wishes be?
I would wish that I would be happy a lot more. I would wish that that people would stop abusing animals. That's the truth. And I wish that people would start understanding that not all people are bad. That's my 3 wishes for sure, for definite, for sure.
If you could visit anywhere in the world or take a vacation anywhere, where would you go?
I would go to. I always wanted to go to Spokane, Washington, because I like the dreariness. Weird, but that's where I would like to go.
That's awesome. If you had the opportunity to start your own business, what business would you start?
I would do a nonprofit business, helping, like everybody else. I'd like to help addicts find housing and finding a shelter. Something along those lines, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
What are some of your favorite foods?
Um, I love yogurt mixed with Nutella. I love sushi. And I like Wawa meatballs.
Okay, that's what's up. Do you have a favorite band or artist?
Absolutely. Pink Floyd, by far.
Okay, growing up, do you have any favorite toys?
Yeah, I used to love my big wheel, and I love to take my garbage pail kids and take rubbing alcohol and wipe their eyes off. Yep, that's it.
Okay, just go by real quick. We got 2 more. All the stuff that you have been through in life, what lessons have you learned from it?
Wait, what's that?
Yeah, all the stuff that you have been through in your life, what lessons have you learned from it?
Uh, don't be a pushover. Like, do not. I mean, don't give in to people just because you want them to like you. That is my biggest advice. I'm still struggling with it, and I'm really suffering the consequences of it.
If your friends or your family see this video, what message would you like to send to them?
I would just like to send them a message that I'm not. I'm
All right, let this train go. I know, the Damon train.
right every time. Okay. The message for my family and friends would be that it's not okay to dispose of me. I am human, and I make mistakes, but don't shun me from the world. I'm not disposable. I mean, that's okay to put on there, but that's the
Yes,
truth.
you're not. Definitely not. You matter and you are loved, even if they don't see that. We see that. I see that. Right there, you have a beautiful soul just by talking to you. It just, you made some bad choices in life, and it happens to all of us, the best of us, right? This is to take us home, there are a lot of people in this there is a lot of people in this world who judge people who struggle with drug addiction. What's your message for the world?
For the world that are struggling with addiction?
You know, people who judge addicts. A lot of people in this world judge addicts, call them zombies,
Oh, yeah.
moral failure. What's your message for the world to people who judge addicts?
When you're pointing a finger at somebody else, always remember you have three pointing right back at you. And when you're judging somebody, you need to look at your own backyard, because addiction is not just about drugs or alcohol. It's also about behaviors and things that make you do things that are not quite okay. That's that.
Yeah, dear. Thank you so much for being courageous and sharing your story with us. We'll do follow-ups and, keep following you and see how life turn out for you. But just know that recovery is hard, but regret is harder. And be known for your sobriety, not your addiction. And you are stronger than you think. And you got this. So we're rooting for you, all right, dear?
Okay.
Yeah. AML family, drop all the positive comments you have for our sister. And remember, don't be bitter, be better. We out there. Peace out.